Hi, my name's Jennifer and I'm going to be doing the webinar today. I am going to be taking you through the Toolkit CMA account. The first thing I'm going to take you through is the Preferences section. This is like the administrative area of the program. And here we have a startup guide. This gives you an overview of the program. You can view it on screen, print it out, and it is always available. You can edit your agent profile. The only thing you cannot change is the name field. If you need to make changes to that, you will need to contact our support department. You can add your agent photo. Once your photo is loaded in, it will be placed on designated presentation pages, as well as all the flyer templates. You can add your personal pages. They do have to be in PDF format, and you will create that PDF outside of Toolkit. Then you'll come in here, select the presentation on the left that you want to add to, name the document on the right, and you can browse and upload it. At the bottom you have the option for the page treatment. That's the header footer area that we place on all the documents to make them formatted. You can choose none and we'll load the document as you've created it. Once you've loaded a document, it is available to you right away. You can change the document order. Clicking on any presentation on the left will load the document selection list on the right. You can then click on any document and use the up and down keys to change the order. It does allow you to set a default for each one of the presentation types on the left. One of the newest features we have here is the ability for you to change your tablet content. You can also move around how your slides are going to display by clicking on them and using the up, down buttons. The stars indicate the pages that will display as your bookmarks or in your table of contents. By clicking on them, they will highlight or be selected. You can have up to 10 pages selected as your bookmarks. To add a page, you'll click Add New Slide. You'll then name your slide and choose a file to upload. All changes made in this section auto-save, so there is not a button that you have to click to save. We have a resume template, a references template. We do keep a saved presentations and flyers log. This gives you a list of anything that you create and save within the program. It also shows you when it expires. Presentations save for 90 days and flyers save for 180. You can also delete from here by checking them and using the Delete Selected button. We have a Sent Presentations and Flyers log. This gives you a list of anything that you email within the program. The nice part about this feature is it does show you any recipients that you emailed to, and it does keep a ticker for each one of those recipients so you can make sure that each person is in fact viewing what you are sending. And we have program settings that you can control. If you have any questions about these program settings, you can call in and our support department can assist you with them. And again, all of those items are located under the Preferences tab. Next thing I'm going to show you is the Presentations tab. The list on the left is the list of presentations that's available to you. It also shows you any saved presentations that you may have. Clicking on any presentation on the left does change the document selection list on the right. Once you have your presentation selected and you move over to the right, you can click on any document name and it will show you a preview of that page. From this preview screen, you can click Next, and it will allow you to scroll screen by screen through all the samples. You can select your documents from here. There's a button that will say select or unselect depending on whether the page is checked. Once you're done, you can click Close Preview, and that returns you to the main document selection list. This is a screen that does allow you your own default. Now I'm going to grab a couple documents that are not set by default just for the training purposes today. Once you're done selecting your documents, you click Next. That takes you to the prospect information screen. Toolkit will always require prospect information, so you do have to fill this in order to proceed. We then have a cover letter. This is a default letter that's in the system. You can make changes to it. You can completely create your own. And again, it's another screen that allows you your own default. Next, we have the Get MLS Property Data screen. This is where you're going to go out to your MLS and gather your comparable properties. If your subject property is in the MLS, you can download that at the same time you download your comparables. The first step is going to be to choose your MLS from the drop-down menu. Once you've done that, it will load an instruction sheet in step 2. You'll click where it says MLS Download Guide. Step 3 will be to connect to MLS. That will allow you to sign in and do your search. Once you've done your search and you've saved your file, step 4 will be to browse, navigate to where you have the file saved at, select it. It will move it over to the line in step 4, and then step 5 is to upload file. This will allow Toolkit to read the file and transfer the information over. You will then get the Select Properties screen. On this screen, you will check mark any property that you want to use as a comparable property. If you downloaded a subject property, you will leave it unchecked on this screen. Now over on this far right-hand side, we have a Details Edit column. These are all active buttons. You can click on them. It will show you the information that comes in from the MLS. From here, you can scroll through, you can mark your properties, and you can edit the information that comes in from the MLS. On this edit screen, it also allows you to add your own photo. Now once you're done selecting your properties, you can go ahead and click Next. The next screen that I have here is the Summary CMA. This is like a one-page highlight sheet. The fields on the left are all the fields that come out during the export process. The fields on the right are the fields that will display on the page. You can customize this page any way you'd like by clicking on any field using the arrows in the center pointing right or left. Once you have all the fields on the right that you want, you can click on them and use the up and down buttons to change the sort order. Again, another screen that allows you your own default. Next, we have a subject property page. This allows you to manually enter in the information on the subject property, and you can load your own photo. Or if you downloaded a subject property, you will have a drop-down box at the top here. You can click it, select your property from the list. It will auto-populate the information from the MLS as well as load the photo. We offer a price-adjusted CMA page. This allows you to make dollar adjustments on your sold comparable properties. You'll make your dollar adjustments in the white columns, and the only symbol that you can place on the page is a negative symbol if you are making a negative amount. The page does place the dollar sign and the commas for you. Now you can change any of the fields that run down the left. By clicking on them, you will get a box. It allows you to choose any other MLS field. If you do that, it will populate the information from the MLS for each of the homes. You can use a custom field that you type in, If you do that, you will have to type in the information for each home, and you can leave any field blank that you do not want to display. Any changes made on this page will only reflect on this page and not anywhere else within the CMA. We have the recommended list price. The default is to calculate based on the sold properties average with a -3% plus 3% spread. Now you can change this in your program settings that I showed you at the beginning, or you can manually enter in your own price range when you do your CMAs. We have a pricing strategy page. This allows you to enter in information on how and why you would price. And it is a screen that allows you your own default. We have an estimated net proceeds worksheet. You can change any of the fields on the left, add to them. You can enter in only whole dollar amounts on the right. The page cannot calculate percentages. You can save your own default. And once you get to this screen, you can create the presentation to PDF so you can view it printed or save a copy outside of Toolkit, and you can email it. Here it has an option to include the tablet presentation. You can click here to select your tablet content. If you do not click to select your tablet content, it will go with the default information that's set for the tablet. Now this is the presentation. From this screen, you will scroll through, making sure that everything is in the format that you want it. You're able to print from the screen, and you can save a copy outside of Toolkit. The names at the top of each one of the pages correspond with the document name and the document selection list at the beginning. Now you can choose how your properties are laid out. We have a 3 property per page option, and then we have the single comparable option. If your MLS allows us to download additional photos, you will have this additional photo page. It does make the presentation a little bit longer, but it does make it much nicer. We have a columnar page, and this is the price adjusted page. Then we get into our graphing pages. Now you will want to make sure that you save. Presentations save based on the name, and they do save for 90 days. If you need to extend that time frame, you will want to make sure that you come back in before it expires and resave it. Now you can email the presentations. You just type your email address in the email line. The body of the email you can customize, save your own default. We send the link to the presentation instead of an attachment. When you hit send email, it obviously sends the email, but this is how that log gets placed in the sent presentations and flyers log that we covered in the beginning. Now here we have links to tablet and we have links to mobile. This is the tablet presentation. Top left, the circle with the lines, this is the bookmark or the table of contents that we discussed earlier. The arrows will highlight based on how you can swipe through. Now in the tablet, we use Google Maps as our mapping provider. Top left, you have an option for satellite view. This allows you to get nice, clear satellite views on your comparables. Bottom right, we have the Google person. You can drag and drop for street view. You move your street view around. Over on the right, you can click on any one of the photos. It'll take you directly to that properties page. In the properties view, you can scroll down. It takes you first screen to the photos. You can click on any one of the photos. It does blow it up larger. Keep in mind I'm on a PC, so that's why these do look stretched. Down one more screen will take you to the data, and down one more screen will take you to any mapping available. Here you also have the satellite view, and you have the street view. Top right of the street view, the arrows, you click them, it will take you to full screen. Scrolling to the right takes you from property to property. And again, you do have to scroll down in order to get into the information for the home. Now after the property pages, you'll come to the columnar. And then we have the price range. In the tablet, the price range is broke down based on status. So you'll have a red bar for each one of the statuses. The diamonds are the pinpoint price of each one of the comparables. At the bottom, you can move your bar to set your own price range. Then you have resume, references, and your conclusion. The links across the top, these are all live links. You can click on any one of these links. It'll return you to that screen so you can review the information or make changes. The next thing I'm going to take you through is the Property Flyers tab. Underneath each flyer, it'll tell you how many bullets the flyer is capable of. If you can place in a headline, if it pulls remarks from the MLS, if you can load your own QR code. Now once you know which flyer you want to create, you can click it and do Create this flyer. It takes you to the Get MLS Property Data screen where all these steps will be the same. You'll choose your MLS from the drop-down menu. It will load your instruction sheet. You can connect to the MLS. Once you've saved your file, you can browse for it, select it, and upload it. Now if you've selected one with a headline, you can manually type in your headline, or you can choose from one of our sample headlines. You will want to review all the information that comes in from the MLS. Any photos will come in under Available Photos. You can load your own by browsing for them and uploading them. To place them, you'll drag and drop to the location that you want them. Now if you have one that has a QR code, you can load your own, or you can type in the website address that you want, and our program will create it for you. Now the flyers you can create to PDF and you can email them, but you can also post to Twitter, Facebook, and or Pinterest. Now this is the flyer. The black and white square, that's the QR code. If I wouldn't have included that, that area would just be white and you wouldn't know that it's missing. Again, from here you can print and you can save a copy outside of Toolkit. Again, you want to make sure you save. Flyers save based on address and they save for 180 days. Now within everyone's toolkit, we do have a View Samples Run Demo option. On this screen, we have a link to your C21 online site. samples. The demo will take you to sign into the Angela McKendrick account, which is the demo we're in now. You can request a walkthrough. That's where one of our techs will walk you through the program one-on-one. All links to the PDF samples are here, each one of the presentation types, link to the tablet. So I encourage you to take a look at all of this so you can view what we have to offer. The bottom left of every screen of Toolkit is our 800 number. We also have a link. If you click on it, we'll open up a form. You can fill in your information and the question or problem you're having. Once you hit send, it does send an email to our support department so that our techs can give you a call back. The top right of every screen of Toolkit is a link you can click on to open up a live chat session with our techs here. We also have a help button on every screen of Toolkit. Here we have our startup guide, the contact us link, again another link to request a walkthrough, and we have an online help section. You can click on any one of these questions and it does take you to the informational section for that question. And I do encourage everyone that uses the program, if you have any problems or questions, to give our support department a call right away. That does conclude the webinar for today. Again, if you have any questions, please give us a call. Have a great day.